Okay, so we've all seen a blockbuster movie, right? But have you ever stopped to think how a story about, say, a cute bunny and a sly fox can actually shake up Wall Street? That's exactly what we're going to dig in today. We're going to connect the dots between a smash hit movie and Disney's massive financial success. And it all starts with one huge number.
Just take a second and look at that. That is a lot of zeros. $1 billion. It's one of those numbers that's so big it almost doesn't feel real. But in the entertainment world, a number like that, it means everything. Yep, that's what a single movie, Disney's Zootopia 2, pulled in from around the world. One movie. But for a giant like Disney, a hit this big isn't just about the money. It's a signal. It tells us a whole lot about where the entire movie industry is headed. So, $1 billion blockbuster. Why is this such a big deal? I mean, it sounds impressive, sure, but what makes it so important right now? Well, because in the movie business today, hitting that billion-dollar mark, it's gotten a whole lot harder, which makes it a whole lot more meaningful when it happens. Think about it like this. In all of 2025, only 3 movies have made it into that super exclusive billion-dollar club. Just 3. And you know what's wild? 2 of them are from Disney. That makes them the only Hollywood studio to pull it off this year. The third one? That's a huge hit from China's own film industry. And it's not just me saying this. Listen to what Sean Robbins over at Fandango said. He basically pointed out that with how much the world has changed, streaming, different audience tastes, hitting $1 billion has become a rare thing again. It's like a special occasion, not the norm. So, what was the secret sauce for Zootopia 2? How'd they do it? Well, a massive, massive piece of that puzzle was its incredible success in one particular country, China. And that's a big deal, because lately, China has been a really tough market for American movies to crack. Get ready for this number, $450 million. That's how much of that billion-dollar total came from China alone. Let that sink in. We're talking about almost half the movie's entire global revenue from just one country. A country, by the way, where a lot of other Hollywood movies are just not landing right now.
Okay, but here's the thing. This isn't just a story about one ridiculously successful movie. It's pointing to something much bigger. We're seeing a major trend that's basically changing the game for the whole industry. And that trend? It's all about family films.
So you gotta ask, right? Is Zootopia 2 just a fluke? A lucky shot? Or is this part of a real shift in what people actually want to go out and see in theaters? Well, you don't have to guess. The numbers, they lay it all out for us. Okay, check this out. For the first time ever, it's the PG-rated movies, the family films, that are on top of the domestic box office. They've pulled in $2.7 billion. That means they've actually beaten out the big PG-13 action blockbusters that have been king of the hill for, forever. This is a huge, huge shift.
And this isn't some flash in the pan either. This trend really got started last year, in 2024. That was the first time PG movies outsold everything else. So what we're seeing is a real, growing demand for movies the whole family can see together. And who's the undisputed king of that genre? You guessed it. Disney is sitting in the perfect spot to capitalize on this.
All right, so we've talked movies, we've talked box office, but how does a billion-dollar hit actually affect a massive corporation like Disney on a financial level? Like, what does it mean for their stock price and their overall value? Let's dive into the Wall Street side of things.
First up, we need to talk about something called market cap. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. All it is the total value of all of a company's stock combined. It's basically the quickest way to answer the question, just how big is this company?
And Disney's market cap? It's huge. We're talking nearly $200 billion. And this is why those blockbuster movies are so critical. A big hit gives investors a shot of confidence, and that confidence is what helps keep that gigantic valuation propped up. Okay, another bit of Wall Street lingo for you. The P/E ratio. That stands for price to earnings. Think of it like a vibe check for a stock. It helps investors figure out if the price of a stock makes sense compared to how much money the company is actually making. A higher number usually means people are really optimistic and expect it to grow a lot. So for Disney, that number is 16.28. What that tells an investor is that the stock price is trading at about 16 times what the company earns in a year. And, you guessed it, having consistent, massive hits at the box office is absolutely vital to keeping that number looking healthy. It's how Disney proves to investors that they're a solid bet for the future.
But here's the real magic of Disney,
and it's something you have to understand to get the full picture. The movies, they're not the end game. They're just the spark. They're the engine at the front of a very, very long and profitable train.
So, what does that train look like? Well, the Disney empire really rests on three giant pillars. You've got the entertainment part, that's the movies and TV shows we've been talking about. Then you've got sports, think ESPN, which is a monster in its own right. And finally, you have experiences. That's the theme parks, the resorts, the cruise ships, and all that merchandise you see everywhere.
And this is the genius of the whole system. A hit movie like Zootopia 2 doesn't just make money from people buying tickets. No way. Suddenly, you have new characters for the theme parks, you've got new toys and backpacks flying off the shelves, you have the perfect setup for a new series on Disney+. It's this incredible cycle where one success feeds everything else. It's a money-making machine.
So, let's zoom out. What does all of this mean? When we look at Disney's success, what is it really telling us about where the entire world of entertainment is headed?
We know for a fact that family movies are crushing it at the box office, and that's Disney's home turf. But the world is also full of streaming services all fighting for your attention, and how we watch things is changing constantly. So the big question is, can Disney keep taking that box office magic and turning it into real, lasting dominance in the market? And well, that really is the billion-dollar question, isn't it?